Well, students, and just like that, we have reached the last week of Remote Learning 2.0, and we are wrapping up the end of the year. We're wrapping up our unit. We have officially finished reading and getting through our novel, Out of the Dust. Now for our final project. I will walk you through the instructions page, every step that you need to follow to complete your project. Now the project consists of a newspaper article that I will be giving you a template for, but you are to be editing and adding pictures to and all of that, and turning in at the end of this week. So this final project is going to be all that you are going to be working on for this entire week. Hopefully you have watched video lessons 1 through 7 and have done the assignments related to those videos, because that has really then allowed you to and set you up for being able to do and complete a very, very well done final project. So the instructions are coming right after this, but before that, I wanted to say that it's been a great year with you all. I am really sad that I have not been able to see you in person, but please know that I'm here through the summer, that I am available through talking points, through text, through Schoology. If I check, hopefully I check on that every once in a while, but mainly through obviously text message and talking points. Now, I will be missing you, but I hope that I do get to see you at some point. If not next year, then at least at some point throughout your time at Wright. I hopefully might even have you as a student next year, because I will be teaching 7th grade, and that would be an amazing thing that could happen, right? Being able to work with you, a wonderful set of students once again. Let me know if you need anything, if there is something that I can help out with. I'm always here to talk and to provide any support that I can. I have loved teaching you all this year, and please stay in touch. So step by step, let's go over your final project student directions. Now you will have access to this same document through Schoology, so make sure that you download it, and that way you'll be able to click on the links that I provide here. It's important that you do that because that'll have to do with the research that you need for the project itself. So let's begin. Let's go over the 3 steps to completing your final project for English class. So step 1, I want for you to remind yourself of the many themes that we can gather from the novel, Out of the Dust. So there you came up with a couple of different types of theme statements that could have been the theme of the novel. So just with many different works, many different poems, many different sources, there can be many themes. So for this novel, here's a good list of the themes. One theme of the novel could have been never give up on hope. Right? We have so many instances of hope, people having hope, Billy Joe having hope, Daddy having hope, things like that. Even a Mad Dog having hope, right, that he will grow to be somebody really important and famous, and his music will take him far. There's also the theme of home is more than a plot of ground. It is where your family is, right? There's a huge message about family being important in this book. There's also the theme of life is full of unexpected tragedies, and it is good to remember that life must go on. right? We cannot give up. This is similar to that one. Don't give up on things you love. Like, for example, playing the piano was a thing for Billie Joe throughout the entire thing, and she, even though maybe got discouraged at times, she made sure to keep with it. Then there was people should not work against Mother Nature. They should take care of the land, right? So many issues with farming and things like that, and people over farming, overgrazing, and then people see the effects of that were negative. So really taking care of the land was the message of this book. A close-knit community of people who care about one another is very valuable. A lot of people looking after each other in this book, very similar to what we see going on today, right? There are some things in life that you cannot change, and you must learn to do the best you can. Right now we're facing different types of events that make us really, that we really cannot change. So they make us really take into account how important it is to just do the best that we can, working with the situation at hand. There's also this last one. You should forgive other people and also yourself, right? You might be living right now with a lot of people, with people that maybe you are tired of being with, or you spent so much time with already. And so Billie Joe definitely had that issue with her father, being in the same house with him, but not really having the best relationship. So this right here, right, you should forgive people, other people, and also yourself, is a theme that relates to our world and also Billie Joe's, the novel Out of the Dust. So here's where, after you remind yourself of these themes, we're moving on to step 2. Conduct research on life in our world today, including the recent Nashville tornado, COVID-19, the recent electric outages, and the murder hornets problem, using the research sources below. You might have heard about these hornets becoming an issue recently. So we'll look at some of that in your research. As you conduct research, you are responsible for filling out a project research notes document that I will have shown you through in this video, and should be clear after that what you're doing on that document. So that's step 2, right? You're doing research and filling out the document. So here are the links. If you're going to look at several sources. Now you don't have to include all of these or in your research document, but you do have to fill in that document. I believe it asks for at least 5 different. So at least click on 5 different links. So the hornet infestation, the Nashville tornadoes, the community working together after tornadoes. These are some links to that, and you can read about it. Then there's also a lot of these 3 really useful links to information about COVID-19, and then also one that I have about the electric outages that we recently experienced. So you are looking at these, filling out your research notes document, and finally for step 3, here is what you will be finishing up and turning in as a research project, as your final project. Following the research, create an interactive news article using the template document provided on Schoology. And I will also show it to you in this video what it looks like. That explains the common themes that our novel Out of the Dust shares with our world today. You do not have to use all the themes. You do not have to use all these themes, but I want you to at least choose 3 themes that we share in common with the novel. At least 3. Title your article Common Themes in Out of the Dust in Our World Today. Be sure to include these following things: the title, Common Themes in Out of the Dust novel and Our World Today, and explain 3 themes shared by both Our World Today and our novel. I want you to include quotations from the text. That's why you have access to the text, to the book, things that happen in the book, the last 2 chapters at least. I want you to include descriptive details, examples, statistics, and anecdotes. This will be a very simple thing to do after you complete your research in the research notes document. I want you to include visuals in your article. in your news article. And also, finally, basic bibliographic information. So that means taking this, copying it, pasting it into your the bottom of your news article to let me know that that's where you got information. Then, last but not least, your writing should use grade appropriate words and phrases and a variety of sentence patterns. It should also demonstrate proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Here is where I want to maybe help click on some of these and show you what they will take you, where they will take you. So the links that you will be using and that are provided to you in that document will take you to sites like this, reliable sites that I have chosen where you can gather information about what's going on in today's life. So say you read something in this article that then reminds you of something that happened in the book, reminds you of a theme that the book shares, right? Maybe something like, when things are out of your control, this is what you do. Things like that. There's this other one about the tornado. How is this how does information here remind you of a similar theme in Out of the Dust? Last but not least, another article that I want to talk to you about is this one right here. Right there, it says a sense of community was already there. The tornadoes just showed other people that it was there. We're sending a message to Nashville and to the rest of the world. Don't forget about us. So this is what happened after the tornado, people coming together. So I already can tell that this article will help me connect to a theme in Out of the Dust. So this document here will be where you collect your research notes. It'll be your research notes handout. As you read or click on these different links and read the information on them that you can use about, all of them have to do with our world, the world that we're living in today, what's going on, basically world events during this time. So you're going to put the title of the source that you clicked on, the title of whatever article came up, and you're going to put a quote, some quote or paraphrasing of what it is that is happening in our world that is a lot similar to what happened in Out of the Dust. And then you will tell me what elaboration method. So what kind of information is it that you pulled from that article or from that source? Is it an example of something? Is it an anecdote, a story that somebody went through that's similar to something that happened in the book? Or is it a statistic that makes that is an elaboration, a statistic that makes that has a lot in common with Out of the Dust novel? So remember, it's either details as an elaboration method, it's either statistics, anecdotes, or examples, an example of something. So you will fill out the entire sheet of full of different sources and also information, quotes that you got from it, or paraphrase information. What your news article will look like. As you can see, I will have this provided to you that you will be able to download and obviously edit the way that fills in all the requirements that I'm asking, but you make it your own. I've already done this, added the title for you here. Common Themes in Out of the Dust novel in our world today. It's asking for a descriptive subtitle, something else that you want to say about what you're going to be writing about here. But this is where you will basically put pictures of things that make sense, right? That either have to do with Out of the Dust or show what's happening in our world. But throughout your newspaper article, you are going to delete information and edit the text using things that that tell me how the novel is related or shares common themes with our world today. So this could be one. This could be right here where you tell me one theme that we share in common. This right here could be another theme we share in common. And your bibliographic information could go here at the bottom, right? All the links that you used. You can go ahead and put resources that you use, and then make a list of all those resources that you use. But all of this is things that you can edit, so I will be able to type my own things here, you see? So go ahead and download this and get started after you've done your research. Once you are done, you are completely through with the unit and with the school year as far as English class goes. So congratulations on that. Do feel free to reach out with any questions about this final project. Good luck on it. I will be excited to see what you submit, and I hope you stay safe and healthy. Love y'all.